Hello everybody and welcome back to Fallout 1, and this is part 3. Viewer discretion is advised. And let's see here, we got a name drop of the necropolis, so that's where we're going. So it should be a map marker. Sometimes you run into ghouls for random encounters. They shouldn't be too problematic though. The 223 pistol is a good weapon. It's unfortunate it doesn't have an AP decrease. Also, how many shots do I have? Okay, that many. Yeah, we're good for a while. It only holds 5 bullets at a time, which makes it a bit inconvenient. Anyway, there's quite a number of ghouls that we can actually deal with in this area. So we can deal with them. Most of them aren't really that strong. And you can keep away from them pretty easily. But they do give some pretty decent experience, so they should be one of the first things we're taking out right out the bat. Now you can run out of ammunition for this weapon pretty easily. Honestly, I'd rather have a limited edition Red Ryder BB gun. And really, that thing has 100 shots before you need to reload. Although I will say it's actually surprisingly heavy. Because if I remember correctly, 20 sets of 20 BBs actually weigh 2 pounds each. And the weapon itself weighs about 5 pounds, so in all it actually weighs up to 15 pounds for the limited edition BB gun. Which makes it a bit inconvenient to have when you're not don't have enough storage, but because of the 100 shots you can have before needing to reload, it's overall better. Although it has -1 to AP cost, which means you can fire it more often and actually get some aim shots off. Anyway, I'm planning on getting the water tip this episode. And let's see, I believe there were only 3 sets of ghouls, and I think the ones here are actually the most difficult. And by difficult, I mean they have slightly more hit points. Anyway, that's about 1,000 experience in total. Also, there are a bunch of rats down in the sewers. Speaking of which, you need to go through the sewers to reach the other areas in the necropolis, if I remember correctly. And I missed. Of course I would. $360, and there's one more. Now let's see, I'd like to say that the one in the there's going to be in a plasma pistol up in the next area of the sewers. We can actually talk to these refugees, tell them about water. He asks about the water chip, and we can ask why. Yes, that we fix the thing, and say yes, and he says that if you want to help, he'll actually give you some help. And that help is actually some repair books. I'd like to say he gives you, and I know he gives you at least one, but I'll be wanting that so I can get power armor earlier. Okay, looks like that's all of them for that set. Then I believe there's a plasma rifle and one, not rifle, pistol on one of these ones. There we go. And I got 51% for energy weapon skill. That's not too good. Right at the moment, we're right better off with the 223. Either way, what's here? I believe the watershed is actually up here. And let's see here, this is where we make contact with the first super mutants, which we're actually gonna leave alone for now, because we gotta go collect some parts. Okay, right out the bat, there should be some rats here. Pretty sure these ones are more dangerous than the rest of them in the game. At least the ones in this corner section, because I think they're mutated versions. Alright, that's one of them down. There goes the other, and we get level. And that for what we're getting, what's here? I always find that I cut it down to 2 AP for the first rank. Maybe that's the second one I'm thinking of. Anyway, I very much doubt I'm going to be actually getting sniper in this playthrough, so I'll just go with more criticals. Because that's a very late game perk. Either way, let's give them some BBs, some ammunition. The weapon he doesn't actually have. And that and hopefully that's enough so we can actually pick this trash up, because I'd like to say this is about 15 pounds, 10 at least, 12. Speaking of which, I'm pretty sure there's some enemies down in this area. And now we have to deal with the super mutants. Now you could go in and talk to this one named Harry, but you actually get sent to his base through a dialogue option, as well as have to fight him through other ones if you fail speech checks. And honestly, I really won't recommend fighting him. Speaking to him if you're planning on fighting him, because he generally just runs up and gets the first shot in. And let's say Watershed. Now what we're going to do is deal with this one first, and then that one next, and then Harry will probably come out around, and there's at least one of them with a flamethrower that I remember. No, we're dealing with this one first. Because the only armed ones are the one with a flamethrower and the one with a laser rifle, which is Harry. Let's see, it looks like that's the one with a flamethrower. I gotta remember I only have 9 action points. Though used to having 10. Oh, I must have shot through a window. We just gotta make sure we stay away from the one with the flamethrower. Okay, there goes that one. And Harry has not been shown yet, so he must still be waiting in the watershed. Yeah, I'm going to leave that flamethrower alone. They got a really poor range, and yes, they do have a pretty high damage output at this point of the game, but they don't have very good range, and well, let's just say the weight of the weapon, I believe, is around 18, and the weight of each stack of flamethrower fuel is about 10. So just one stack of 10 is 10 pounds, and then the thing itself is 18, and when you put in flamethrower fuel, it becomes 28, and it's just way too heavy to really use as a practical weapon. Now let's save over Watershed. Right here it was 18 anyway. Go to the window and see if we can get the first strike. Nope. Yeah, I'm probably gonna hit my companion if I do that. It's possible that the companions will deal with them. which I'm not gonna mind at all because I'd rather not get quickly hit by its laser rifle. He's got about 70 health, I'd like to say. One more hit should about do it. I did not mean to hit combat. Nope, not enough. Oh well, I won't be able to get away from the hunting rifle. Too much range for that thing. Alright, there we go. And he has a laser rifle, which I don't have enough room for. Of course I won. I don't think Tycho can actually equip submachine gun, so I'll give him that. Anyway, let's get out that pile of junk. There's some ammunition on this shelf if you want it. And let's hear, before we fix the water pump, we can actually get some repair manuals. Let's make sure we save before we do that. And try lock picking this door. Alright, and unlock the door, and we should get about 500 experience for doing that. Alright, that's a good amount of experience. Anyway, that is the wrong one. We had to go through the one in the building. I should also mention that for dealing with super mutants, you can actually get a reward from that guy. I think he's supposed to give you a shotgun and some shells if you have good enough charisma, or just some alcohol if you don't. But honestly, I'm not too concerned about that. Alright, he gives you a manual or two. Oh, apparently 3 of them. Let's see, and he is 59 repair. Alright, let's do that. There we go. And we can go over to this thing and just start using this pile of junk on that until we get 1,000 for fixing the thing. Anyway, I don't know whether or not this next part is bugged. It seems to be a bit bugged, but once you fix the water pump, you go down this sewer entrance. And then do a vault. Sometimes these ghouls will attack you and sometimes they won't. Anyway, if I remember correctly, there's not really too much valuable things here except for the water chip. Although, I suppose you could get experience from the ghouls if they bother you. Which seems to be entirely random. And which I think those ones are emptied. Anyway, we get a functional water chip in our inventory. And we leave. If I haven't mentioned it already, exit zones are red lead back to the world map, and exit zones are green lead to another area. Now let's say watershed. Okay, there we go. And let's see here. I do have a map marker for the Brotherhood. Yes, I do. And that's Shady Sand, so that should be about 15. Maybe I'll run into some special encounters on the way. Nope. Apparently nothing. And let's see here, that means, let's see here, what time is it? 1:07. I don't know if the water fee thing is that. Yeah, I guess it is. Well, let's get through that. I should also mention that there are some people planning on leaving the votes, and you can do a thing to actually get some experience by stopping them from doing that, but I think that's only active once you get past day 100. Anyway, let's catch a water thief, which is obviously this guy right here. And just ask him about the water thief. Friend him, and he tries attacking you if you don't have a good enough speech skill. Later he can turn himself in if you do. I should mention that this lady doesn't want you to have weapons out. I don't think it actually has any gameplay elements, so. And talk to the overseer. Yes, here if we found the chip, which is what we did.
You saved the vault. You should be proud.
And he told you to file a report. Speaking of which, by using science on these active computers, later you had to use science. I mean, it was just this one. I always thought that one was one of them too. Anyway, that should give you some experience for doing that. Anyway, let's see here. 28,000 is the next one. Anyway, go back to the overseer and talk to him.
I just wanted to let you know that the water supply is stabilized. Actually, we're rebuilding our reserves. I don't like your reports. What was in the reports, that is. In fact, they scared the heck out of me. It's those mutants. The mutant population is far greater than could be expected by natural growth or mutation.
So just there's a lab.
You've probably guessed.
Ask him what you want to do. And that's our next mission, to stop the mutant threat. I should mention that if you pass a speech check, you can actually get some weapons from the vault security room, but honestly, that's not really important, seeing as they think the best thing they have is a shotgun. That's not really important. Anyway, after we got the water chip put in, we really don't have any sort of time limit, so that's a giant plus. So I guess the best thing we need to do is actually go to the Brotherhood of Steel. May run into some special encounters, maybe. You know, like that one. Oh, it's a TARDIS from Doctor Who. I believe it's a sensor module, motion sensor. Yeah, that's not too useful. Yes, and then you'll find one of these things, but let's see, there we go. I think I'm going to end this episode at the Boneyard before we go to the Glow. I'm surprised we haven't seen any Brotherhood of Steel patrols. Anyway, let's unequip our weapon and speak to, I'm pretty sure it's the left one we gotta speak to, Cabot. And make sure you don't ask him too much. Just say I'd like to join, because I'm pretty sure he just doesn't want to talk to you if you ask him too much. Ask him like what?
You've got to go inside
and then ask him
there's things inside like you've never seen before.
What exactly they need, and he tells you that it's high tech. The other guy will say that they can't believe they're sending you down there. Anyway, ask them what the goal is, and it should appear as a map marker. And let's go to the boneyard first, because there's some very important things we need to do before we actually go to the goal. I, as a talking Brahmin, the same who I say. Oh, well, it was just not like the second one where they explode. I should mention that around the boneyard area it is possible to run into one Deathclaw as a random encounter. It's just extremely rare. Alright, you'd like to enter, and right off the bat there is actually a status increase that we can get here. Because by going to this tent over here, you can actually talk to ask him for advice. Yeah, that's his name, Chuck. He gives you some advice. For instance, you must face something powerful in the north, which means a super mutant army. I always thought there were 3 of them before the fall, but that's beside the point. Well, once you get the full card, your luck will increase by 1. Now, if I remember in the one of the episodes, probably the last episode, I actually did get a rope front that's likely on one of my companions. Make sure you have it because you will be needing it if you want to access the goal anyway. I guess it's possible to do this without the goal, and there it is. But let's see what this guy has first. Some explosives, we might want them for later, but either way. Now let's go to this area. And if you go to your right, you'll run into a warehouse full of Deathclaws. I think it has the potential of spawning anywhere from 1 to 3 of them. They give 1,000 experience each, which is a good way of grinding. But they're pretty difficult if you don't have a good weapon. Anyway, this is the next companion. Actually, the last one, because I mentioned dog meat in episode 2, I believe. Dog that you're an explorer. Anchor, and we should be able to spare some time. And Katya, I guess that's how you pronounce it, joins you. Either way, and that's another wobble. Anyway, if you were planning on going to the Glow immediately, the Boneyard is probably one of the areas you do want to make sure you stop by because of the Rad-X you find in this ice box. Or cooler. You get 6 Rad-X, and for comparison, you only need 2 Rad-X to be entirely immune to radiation. That's really the only thing I'd suggest getting, because you just need a rope and 2 Rad-X, preferably some weapons, even though you can find some pretty easily in the Glow, because you'll probably want to be taking out these robots there. But either way, I should mention that you could potentially fight all these guys, but I really wouldn't recommend it, seeing as at least one of them has a rocket launcher. But either way, let's end this episode here and say part 3, not ort free. And I cannot spell today. Alright, there we go. I'm going to end this episode here. That being said, I hope everybody enjoyed it, so everybody have a good day.